first.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi. Hi, Lisa.
Thanks for agreeing to do this. Help me out getting some stories up there, and you've got a great story. So why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay. My name is Sharon, and I came to Canada 38 years ago when I was 20. And I'd always been traveling. I came over thinking that this was like America. It was like California and everything. And then I realized it wasn't. And anyways, long story short, I came as a nanny and then got my what do you call it, permanent residency. And then I ended up being a manager, working for Westwood Plateau, and then I ended up having babies, and then went from there. But before that, my story was I was 23, 24, and I came to Canada. Like I said, I traveled, I met people, I'm a good people person, I love people, and then I met somebody that really changed my life completely. So I came from where little things started to happen. I met this person, and I was a waitress, and took my eye, and we went out and did a few things. I was smitten for a bit, and then little things started happening. I wasn't allowed to talk to people.
Wow.
I wasn't allowed to look up. I wasn't allowed to. We had a dog, and he taped the dog's mouth with duct tape because the dog showed more affection to me than it did him.
Wow.
He slammed my head into the car because I had looked up and he thought I was looking at somebody. I lost my jobs. I lost my friends.
Wow.
My best friend came to rescue me one day. She was 8.5 months pregnant, and as she was trying to come to me, she got in a car accident. And luckily, her and the baby survived, but then I wasn't allowed to see the baby.
Oh,
And then I used to shoot pool, and I used to be on a team, and we were very good, and I couldn't do that anymore. So everything was taken away from me. And I ended up in a transition home, and the first one, and he found me. And but that was before. I should backtrack a little bit. That was after he put a shotgun in my mouth to kill me, and he burnt my car, smashed it up and burnt my car. So then a girlfriend of mine said,
that should be a sign.
yeah, it was a huge sign and a big one. And I kept thinking to myself, why is this happening to me? I'm strong. I got a good family. I don't
deserve it.
I don't deserve it.
Nobody deserves it.
I came to Canada to, have a good life, and I love to do everything here, ski, everything. I was always in teams. I played baseball. I played pool. I did everything that I could, and had some really good friends. And then I lost all them friends, and then I was living there. So then the first transition home, I went in. And I just kept saying to myself, I looked at a book, and this book showed me what abuse was. And I kept thinking, no, it's not me. No, this is not how he is. No, blah, blah, blah. And then
He loves me, shows me somehow.
Yeah, unconditionally. And then he found me, and I had to move from that one, and I had to move to Vancouver to a transition home. And it was there that everything started to clue in. And even though I still went out to see him while I was in there, and then a light came on one day, and I don't even know what it was. And somebody I had met years before came back into my life, and then I said to him, I'll work for you for nothing, and just give me a job, I'll look after your kids, I'll do whatever. And I moved to Bowen Island, and from there, that was kind of how everything changed. And obviously, between them 2 years of being with him, there's all these other things that I could elaborate on, but
It was abuse, pure and simple, yeah.
Pure and simple, and some of the things I endured, and some of the things that I have kept down, and as I was telling you earlier there, little things just keep triggering back more and more. People, I don't really know the signs until they're really in it, and it's only the little things, and it's hard to explain them all, but it is all the little things. And my biggest thing I can say is, if your gut is telling you something, go with it. If you think it's wrong, go with it.
Trust your gut, yeah.
And that was a huge thing for me with that. So going forward, you know, I moved to Bowen Island. I met somebody there. I didn't want to. That was a while into it. I didn't want to, but then I ended up having got pregnant, had a baby, got married, had another child, moved, but still it was still in me, and it still is to this day. My husband will tell you. I will tell him off. I'll let anybody else walk all over me still, and to a point, but with him it's like, no, you know, I'm not doing this. Nope, it's not. So that's still there, and I still need to work on a few things, obviously. But it's kind of where it's made, where to my business, where I am today, has gotten me to them points.